Business briefings brought to you by the SABC, and we're talking the amendments to the Labour Relations Act. And just before the break, we had a question that came from Gideon Duplessis, and the DG was responding to that. Let's go back to you, DG Maart.
Thank you very much, Peter. The point I was trying to make is that when we look at the employment equity plans, we make the following assumptions. That one, this is a product of a consultative process. So there were negotiations that took place between the employers and the workers, and they agreed that this is going to be our target in terms of the employment equity and in terms of making sure that in all the occupational levels and categories, there's fair representation. So we take this document. We do not, I just want to stress this point, we do not prescribe to companies as to how should that employment equity plan look like. It's what companies tell us, and on the basis of what we receive, we then hold companies accountable for what they've given us. Now, we're assuming that all these points that Gideon raised in terms of logic and everything has been factored into the document that we are receiving. So what we're saying in essence that the process leading up to this should be a fair process, and organized labor and together with the employers, they should find another and jointly agree that this is what we have to do. So this is my assumption in as far as ESCOM, for instance, is concerned. Whether they've applied to the regional demographics or not, all what we were advising them to do is that in making a decision, they have to be informed by that.
Minister, you wanted to add?
Yes, thank you very much, Peter. I just want to add from the political angle is that one, I think we have to appreciate our history and therefore look at addressing the imbalances of the past. That is what the employment equity is doing. Because what was happening in the past, there were certain groups that were not allowed to take certain skills, except when you are being advised or agreed upon by the relevant minister by then. And therefore, we have said, let us deal with those challenges. And we have all agreed that we need affirmative action in this country in order to have the equal society. And without addressing that particular issue, we'll still have the same challenge. And the challenge also is that whenever you talk about, particularly when it comes to the top management and senior management, is that people will argue that there are no skills in these particular fields. While there are a lot of engineers that are sitting there, black engineers in particular, and I know that immediately when you say black, people will start to say you are racist and all those things. I think we have to admit where do we come from, and then we have to work together to address those challenges.